encoding concept that is used for compressing the digital images. This method was invented in 1950s. At that time, it was mainly used for compressing the fax machine data. That is, it's known as fax encoding method, right? So this method involves a run length pair. So this pair of data contains the intensity value which is repeated again and again in that particular image. That is, we all know that a digital image is a group of, it involves a group of intensity value which show off that particular image. That intensity value may occur again and again. So through this encoding concept, that particular intensity, that particular redundant intensity value is getting encoded. So in this pair, it involves the intensity that is repeating and the number of times that particular intensity is repeating. Okay, so but the major issue with this particular method is the same. The intensity may not getting repeated in some images. For example, in this video, my background is of same color, so you can get the repetition, right, in the background. But if I am at a background of with a bunch of flowers, colorful flowers, like that means, then my background images won't get repetitive intensities. Intensities may get differ. At that time, without any repetition of intensities, this particular encoding method may lead to a serious problem. Yes, it won't compress the data, but it will expand the data. That is the issue with the run length encoding. So let me see how it is useful for compressing the binary and BMP images. For coding the BMP file, it involves two modes of encoding. One is encoded mode and another one is absolute mode. In encoded mode, it involves 2 bytes. First byte contains the number of times the particular pixel value is repeated, and the second byte it contains the actual color value which is getting repeated. Okay, so in the absolute mode also it have 2 bytes, but the first byte is always 0. We have to consider this second byte here. So if the value of the second byte is 0 means it represents the end of the line. If it is 1 means it represents the end of the image. If it is 2 means, it means that we are moving to a new position. That is, the next 2 bytes that is occupied after this value 2, it contains the horizontal and vertical offset value. That is the new position, new x and y value. That will be placed there. Okay, apart from these values from 3 to 255, it contains the real color value that is placed in that particular digital image. It may be any color between that is one among the 256 color value. Okay, so now let me see an example here. So the first example, intensity value A is repeating again and again. On calculating this, you can get it, it's getting repeated for 15 times. So it can be encoded as 15A. Okay, then in the next example, here the A value is repeating for 6 times, B value is running for 3 times, and X value is for 5 times, and finally T is for 1. So it can be rewritten, that is encoded as 6A, 3B, 5X and 1T. Just go through the last example. This is the best example that why this run length encoding is not suitable for BMP type of files. So in many images we are getting as I told you earlier, it may getting different intensity values. So at that time, instead of getting the encoding concept, compressing concept, it will be getting expanded as shown in the third example. Here X, T, M, P or everything, that every intensity value is getting repeated again and again. So that's the problem. So we are going to use this run length encoding concept mainly for binary type of images. In binary images, it involves only black and white color only. Okay, it doesn't involve any colors. So here we are not having any run length pairs. So here either we have white runs or black runs. That's enough. The concept that are given for coding the binary images. Here it involves the variable length coding for this run. That is, the run length is not enough. So we are involving variable length coding in addition to encode this particular binary images. Let me consider the symbol AJ, which represents a black run, of length j means, then the probability for that particular black run happens, it may be number of black runs of length j divided by the total number of black runs. So from this probability we have to find the run length entropy of that particular image. So the approximate run length entropy formula is H or L is equal to H naught plus H1 divided by L naught plus L1. Here H naught and H1 represent the estimated entropies. Okay, then L naught and L1 represent the average values for that particular run lengths. Here again 0 represent the black runs and 1 represent the white runs. We are going to see two different compression standards that are used for run length encoding. One is used for one-dimensional purpose and another one is for two-dimensional purpose. So first we are going to see the one-dimensional CCITT Group 3 compression standard. Here in this particular standard we are using variable length Huffman coding along with the run length encoding concept. Okay, so here it just scan the data from left side to the right side of the digital image, and this particular coding is here. Here we are using the coding method which is called modified Huffman method. MH method is used here. Then here it involves two different types of code words. Okay, one is called the terminating codes. If the run length is less than 63, it means then we will use this code, and another one is called the makeup code. So makeup code is used whenever the run length becomes greater than 63. Okay, then again in this encoding method each line should be start with the white run length of the code given with the length 0, and it also involves an end of line flag value, so that is code value, which is 11 zeros followed by 1, which can be used. So again to determine the end of the image we have to use 6 repetitive EOL codings there. Okay, so this is the 1D CCITT Group 3 compression standard method. Next we are going to see the two-dimensional CCITT Group 4 compression standard. Here it involves another coding concept. Instead of Huffman coding, here we are using read coding. So relative element address designate coding. Okay, so here if the particular line reading coded line it involves 1 or 3 lines, 1 to 3 lines means, then we will use the method called MR method, that is modified read method. Okay, if the reading coded line becomes greater than 3 means we are using modified read coding method, MMR method. So let me see the concept used here. In this slide you can see the key changing elements that are used for this coding 2D coding purpose. Okay, here two-dimensional doesn't mean the x and y axis, it refers that we are going to use more than one line of coding lines, that's all. Okay, that is we are going to we are having a current scan line and we are going to refer the previous scan line. That is why it's called two-dimensional coding process. Okay, here you can see the diagram at the bottom right. So here coding line is the line that is below line is the coding line, and first line is the reference line. Okay, from this particular lines we have to first conclude the changing elements. Here you can see 5 different types of changing elements. A naught means the changing element on the current coding line. Okay, so here in the below diagram you can see the pixels are 0 0, it goes on 0, and at the A0 position it becomes 1, right? So that is the changing element for the current coding line. Then A1 is the next changing element to the right of A0. So this one is the A1. Then A2 is the next changing element to the right of A1. It's not included in this diagram. Then we have to consider B1 and B2, which should be considered on the reference line. So in the above line we have to consider it. So B1 means the changing element of the opposite value of A0. So here A0 represents 1. So B1 should be 0. okay, and it should occupy the right side of A0. Okay, so right side of A0, from here you have to go from A0 and you have to search for the changing element, which value should be 0. Okay, so this one is the B1 value. Okay, right? So B2 is the again the next changing element to the right side of B1 on the reference line. So we are finding all these changing elements. So this is the flow chart that is given for the 2D coding process. Here we have to find A0, A1, B1 and B2, as I told you earlier, right? So then afterwards we have to, so remaining flow chart will be soon here. So we have to find the, that is we have to go through the coding concept. Here for coding concept we have three different types of modes. One is pass mode and vertical mode and horizontal mode, right? So here in this flowchart you can see this. So we have some conditions. Let me see them with a particular example. This is for passing mode. So if B2 is at the left of A1 means, then it may come under the passing mode. Okay, so look at this diagram. B2, so B2 is here, A1 is here, so B2 is at the left of A1, right? Yes, it's true. So it's come under the pass mode. Okay, so if we are coming to the pass mode means, then we have to put A0 under the B2 for further coding process. So at number 1 we are finding that it's a pass mode, and number 2 we are moving A0 to the new position. So here the coding involves from B1 to B2 we have to consider the numbers. 0, 0, 0, 1 is the code word we are finding. Next one is we are going for vertical mode, right? So next flow chart goes through the condition. We have to find the distance between A1 and B1. So in this diagram you just look at where is A1 and B1. Yes, so what's the distance between them? It's less than 3 or greater than 3? Yes, it surely is less than 3, right? So because it is less than 3, we are coming for the vertical mode. Okay, so we find that it is at vertical mode, so we have to move A0 on A1 now. Okay, so for further coding process, right? Again, for encoding purpose we have a table below you can see one table. If A1 is directly below B1 means our code word should be, we should consider the code word 1. Okay, if A1 is to the right side of B1, we have three choices. So whether A1 is 1 to the right of B1 or 2 to the right of B1 or 3 positions to the right of B1, now we have to check it. So depending upon that particular condition, each and every code words getting differ, right? So again from A1, whether B1 is at the left side of A1, we have to next we have to consider whether B1 is at the left side. If so means, then how many pixels they are getting, how many then we have to consider the distance between them, whether 1 position or 2 position or 3 position. So depending upon these things we are having different code words. So here in this particular example we have A1 is 2 positions to the left of B1, so our code word is 00010. Okay, finally we are coming for the horizontal mode. In our example horizontal mode is not occurring, but if suppose distance between A1 and B1 is greater than 3 means we will come for horizontal mode. Okay, in the horizontal mode we have to calculate 001 code, we have to add 001 code to the distance between A0 A1 and A1 A2. That particular thing should be getting added to get the final code. Okay, so this is the way how we can code the digital images using run length encoding concept. Thank you.